You know, we've been batting 1,000 this week with so many cool tools, and I'll tell you what, this is no different. Today we are taking a look at the all-new Powermate 22-inch gas walk-behind field trimmer. Not even a string trimmer, a field trimmer. It also comes with a very unique feature, which I'll show you here in a bit. Let's get the review going. Now, this is one of these companies that, you know, they're on Home Depot's site now, and they just kind of came out of nowhere. The first time I reviewed a tool from them, I wasn't all that excited about it. But then we got a tool. It was basically a replaceable head, 3-head trimmer. Right here, you probably remember this video. If you don't, there it is. I'll put a card right there. And this thing was so much fun. There was so much power. That is why I was so excited to try this new 22-inch field trimmer. Now, I don't think you grasp the size of this thing. I mean, just check out the cutter string head right here. I mean, compared to the size of my hand, this thing is massive. And when I took this out of the box for the first time, I was like, holy, like, this thing is no joke. It is heavy freaking duty. Really simple to use. I'm going to show you how to use it. I'm going to show you what it can cut through. We're going to go through some high field area. You got that really nice size primer ball. I mean, check this thing out. It's a monster by itself. It's huge. You pump it 3 times and it starts on the second pull every single time. 6.27 foot-pounds of torque, 173 cc engine on this thing. I'll show you this here in a bit, but a 5.5 inch cutting capacity outside the wheelbase when swivel right or left. You do have an adjustable head, 2-inch, 3-inch, and 4-inch tool free, but this is the coolest thing. This is what I love about the Powermate stuff. Check this out. You got this little lever back here. What does it do? Well, if I lift up on it, it'll actually swivel left or right. So if I lift up, it's going to go one way. If I put it in the middle, it's going to go straight. And if I put it down, it is going to swivel the other way. Let me give you a closer look, my friends. Check this out. I mean, you can literally get in close now if you have decking or if you have some other obstacle around the house, fencing, whatever. You don't have to get real close to it. You can actually swivel that out. The head swings in, and now you can cut that with a safe distance and don't have to worry about running into things. Really cool. You want a closer look, you say? Well, here you go. Again, you got the left, the right, and the center positions. That is what I think these Powermates stand out for, because I don't see these on any other models, or the string trimmers or walk behind string trimmers or the field trimmers or whatever you want to call them. But it also comes with this nifty little carrying handle case right here. You just put it on. This is actually upside down right now. I gotta flip it, but I just wanted to show you, you can put extra string in this thing. You can go up to 0.155 inch diameter. And when you got to start it, just like we're going to do now, you're just going to pull back on this. You're going to prime it 3 times, and you're going to pull that cord. Well, let's do that now. I'm telling you, every time on the second pull, it starts right up. Now, as soon as you let go of that lever, the handle, it'll shut down automatically, which is probably a good thing. So again, 22-inch max cutting span. The minimum cut height is 2 inches and the maximum is 4 inches. It is all one speed, and a lot of people ask me on one of these other videos that I've done, do I have to lift up on the handle? No, this thing will glide across the ground and cut at the height that you set it to. Alright, we're going to start trimming now. We're going to go up around the deck here. It's almost to the point that it's so powerful, I'm kind of worried about it blowing through my lattice here. But just to let you know, that guarding on this, I want you to pay attention to that. I did not get one piece of dirt or grass on me just because of the guarding. But check this out. This is just regular grass here, just some trimming. Well, that was quite beastly. Alright, now let me adjust this out so I can actually walk along the sides of the deck, and I don't have to worry about getting too close. I'll just position that just like so. And we're going to start her up. We're going to go. thing's freaking insane, man. All right, so here's one of my other pain in the butt areas. So we got the trampoline for the kids, and I cannot get under there, even with a regular weed eater, weed whacker, weed whipper, whatever you want to call it. It's just tough. Check this out. You get right up underneath it. Man, it's just like mud under here. With all the rain that we've been getting, what a freaking nightmare. You know, not only is it good to get underneath things and close to things, you know, if you're an older person, if you're having issues, you don't want to carry around a weed eater, you know, this is a good option. You just push it. It's like a lawnmower. Also comes in quite handy if you're lazy, such as myself. All right, now we're going up on the side of the hill. Also very heavy weeds and a pain in my butt. Alright, what if you just want to cut some really tall, thick grass? Maybe not so much weeds, but heavier stuff. And remember, you do not have to push down on that handle and keep that up while you're pushing, mowing, trimming, whatever. It glides across the ground. Ah, still not impressed, eh? Well, check this out. See? We got some pretty nasty, thick weeds here. Let's see what it does. Tell you what, this thing is freaking beast mode. Check out how well that guarding is actually working. It's taking it and spitting all those weeds, all that grass right out the side. It also has the larger 14-inch wheels on this, so really makes it easy going over the rough terrain. Alright, let's do more of the high stuff. I'll put it as a different angle, more of a head-on. Here we go. I don't know if you can see it, but I was hitting a couple big sticks, and another thing that I noticed as the string line on this stuff, man, I'll tell you, it just blows through. But we're going to use this just like a lawnmower. Again, I am not lifting up anything. I am not pushing down or applying pressure on that handle. I'm just pushing, and it's just gliding across the ground. Now, as I do this, let me talk to you about a couple other specs. The assembled height, you're looking at 41.5 inches. The depth, 55 inches. The width, you're looking at 21.5 inches. So not a small machine by any stretch of the imagination. But everything on this, other than the guarding, which is a heavier plastic, and the guarding that actually goes around to prevent the weeds and the grass debris coming back at you, it's basically stamped metal 14 gauge. 77 pounds for the total machine in weight. The recommended yard size for this They're recommending a ½ acre up to an acre. I think you can actually go more than that, to tell you the truth. And before I forget, you can adjust the handlebars to 3 different positions. So if you're taller or shorter, it doesn't matter. It is a 4-cycle gas engine, 0.35 gallons, can go into the tank. As for assembly, it literally took me 10 minutes to put this together. All you got to do is put on the 14-inch wheels. You tighten the handle. When you are going to install the throttle cable up on the lever, take the lever off. It just goes into 2 holes. Put the throttle cable in and then attach the lever again. As for power, this thing freaking got it. I mean, I was really impressed. You know, with the last string trimmer that I've tried, you know, not from Powermate, but from a different brand, wasn't all that impressed by it. It was all right, but this one here, I'll tell you what, Powermate kicking butt on their tools. I mean, the build quality's there. I didn't have any issues with this thing bogging down, losing power, not being able to cut through anything. Love the swivel head. I think that's a great idea. It's really not all that loud. It's easy to push because of the wheels and terrain, just like I mentioned. The only issue that I did find with this entire machine after using it for a couple days was every time you go to pull start it, you do have to prime it. Even when the motor is still warm or hot, you still got to prime it. So it does get a little bit frustrating if you're stopping constantly. But at the end of the day, you only got to press it 3 times to prime, and then the second pull, it starts every time. I mean, maybe one other thing I might mention, it is pretty large. So if you've got a very small yard, this is definitely not for you. But if you have a lot of field area or just high weeds, you know, and you have issues maybe carrying around a weed eater, you know, attached to the hip, then this is definitely nice for you. But it's definitely for larger yards, just because it is a larger machine. You're going to have some area to store it. But man, again, just really impressed with it. Well done, Powermate. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to check this out. If you like this video, don't forget to smoosh that like button. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new tools coming out. Come say hi to us on the Instagram page at Tool Review Zone. It's always nice to see you over there. And as always, we will be back with more tool reviews soon.